Hello everyone, welcome to this live of Champions League group stage draw. I will be sharing my screen just in a second. By the way, I'm Andy. As you can obviously, I'm an AC Milan fan. Okay, I had to fix some audio issues. Okay, here we go. Um, I'm so excited about this one, to be honest. It's one of those jobs that, especially for us as AC Milan fans, it can turn out to be a really interesting group stage period. And depending on the who we get on pot one, because pot one is what decides. Pot two, I think, has most of them are like pot one deserving teams, but uh, if we get, for example, Feyenoord on pot one and if we get Leipzig on pot two, then that would be easy group. But there is also this point of view that we can get a team like Bayern, and then we can get Arsenal. So here, what I'm all about is having a really interesting group stage, because the logic here behind everything is if we have an easy group stage or a hard group stage. Let's go with the second one first. If we have a hard group stage, then we will see that we won't be able to get the same hard teams that we got on a group stage on the later stages. So for example, if we get Bayern or if we get like someone like Man City, that would be good in my point of view, because then you won't be able to get them in elimination round. Group stage, you can still get them and qualify as the second place, and the worst. So I think that would be really good if we could get one of the big teams. Also, I think for the excitement of the general draw. But yeah, now I'm waiting on a draw to start uh, on the Champions League UEFA page. It's still saying that it will start shortly. So let's just wait. Yeah, it's starting now. Let's see. Let me know, you guys, who in the comments, what group would you like Milan to get, but in general also what group do you think would be a really good group. I think you can't escape the fact that the group of death includes Milan this year, since without being biased, just being honest, the strongest team in the pot three is AC Milan this year, so we will be there anyway. Okay, the ceremony is starting. as the ceremony is starting, if I would go personally with a group right now, that it will be a balance of not a very hard group, but also an exciting group at the same time. I would probably go with one of Barca or PSG, because I think this year we can beat them both. Barca, I think we can beat. I'm more confident about Barca. So let's say we have Barca at port one. We have mm, I would like Arsenal. Yeah, Barca, Arsenal, obviously Milan, and Galatasaray. This would be a good group that I think we can even top it. Because to be honest, everybody is hyping up Arsenal like it's a team that, from what they showed last year, if they would play the same game and show the same dominance in Europe, they would be amongst the best ones and favorite ones to win it. While I agree with that, that's true. But I don't see them having that this year, especially with the start of the season, the way they have started, and the stubborn of the manager like Mikel Arteta. Uh, it shows that they won't be able to achieve that, in my opinion. But things can change in a season, and since things can change in a season, Arsenal can have the form they had last year. But let's remember that this is a knockout competition, so Arsenal generally is doesn't really do well in the knockout competitions, even though they are the best team in England for winning the most FA Cups. I think 14. Um, that's the thing. In generally in champions, there's a reason why also they don't have a European trophy. They have, because they haven't done well, especially in the Champions League in their history. So I won't be scared of Arsenal. I won't be really bothered from Barcelona as well. I think those would be good teams and exciting games to look forward to. While for the fourth team of the, I mean, yeah, for the fourth team in pot four, Galatasaray would be a really nice trip. I think it would be a hard game in Istanbul, but I think we would easily beat them on San Siro. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this draw. Currently, there is a music performance. I'm watching it without any sound, obviously, because of copyright reasons. But yeah, it will it will be starting soon. There is a host, Pedro Pinto. I think it's like the introduction part of the ceremony. Everything is about to kick off now. Let's see. For people that will be watching this stream afterwards, let me know who you guys think is the strongest team out of these spots. As I said before, I think AC Milan is the strongest team in pot three. In pot one, I think Man City. Let's not count them for now because they are the holders, the triple treble winners. But yeah, Napoli and Bayern Munich are also strong teams there. Then we have Real Madrid on pot two, that I think is the strongest team. Obviously, we can get e- neither of Napoli or Inter. Borussia Dortmund would be a good trip and a good draw. And Man United. One of them, Arsenal or Man United, uh, are games that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, we draw one of them, and hopefully, we don't draw one of them as well as drawing like a Bayern Munich, because that would be too much. Yeah. When it comes to Man City, I think they are the favorites even this year, and I think there is a big chance that they would be the first English team to uh, win in the Champions League back to back. And I think they can do it since now the pressure is off them. The pressure was for them to get that first Champions League. Even like uh, in the final, you were seeing that they were not really comfortable playing with Inter. Inter was feeling like underdogs, and that feeling of underdogs was kind of like having the players be more comfortable during the game. But yeah, I think Man City are the favorites again. But it all depends on the draw. Because last year, Inter and both Milan, I would say, had a relatively easy draw. Of course, for Inter, Benfica is not an easy team, or for Milan, Napoli was not an easy team. But the other teams, I think, were relatively very easy. For example, Tottenham, I wouldn't consider, especially last year with Antonio Conte, Tottenham wasn't that team. It will be embarrassing, to be honest, for Milan to get knocked out of Tottenham. So we we were favorites in my eyes, even though in most people's eye, especially in the English community, uh, Tottenham, they were saying that Tottenham can easily get over that hurdle in AC Milan, because they weren't seeing AC Milan as strong at that time. But I know that it would be more embarrassing for AC Milan to get knocked off from Tottenham. So then, when it comes to Inter, Benfica was also favorites. I was seeing a lot of people predicting Benfica to go to the Champions League final, and rightly so, because they were performing nice. They're performing well, and it was a very informed Benfica team that showed some really good patterns of play last year, that everybody was looking at them like, oh, I see what you're doing. I see something cooking there. And yeah, of course, as we know, the semifinals, Inter Milan, nobody predicted. And this is when it comes to knockout stages, you never know how the draw gets to be. Like the other side of the draw last season was really hard. You had Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man City. It was completely different in comparison to the other part of the draw, where you had Inter, Milan, Benfica, and Napoli. Napoli was favorites, by the way, with Benfica and both of them got knocked off. Okay, the draw is about to start. The advertisements finally got over. Now it's the ceremony. There, I think they're introducing now the people that are going to pull the balls. But yeah, as I was saying, this year it all depends on what happens in the group stage first, because that's why I also want to get a very strong team on the group stage so we can avoid them later. So, because it's easier as a process to get through that hard hurdle in the beginning than later. And I trust this team that in the group stages we can do well, even though in the last 2 years we haven't done that well against the big teams. Because before 2 years, like we started well against Liverpool, but yeah, then we that's inexperience of players not being in that stage. Also, it was the first season of Rafael Leao when he was starting to become the player that he is now, to take that responsibility over his shoulders. And we had Rebic and these kind of players at that time that uh, produced, but it wasn't enough. And now it's much different. We have like 2 years back-to-back Champions League experiences, especially from last season. We should be doing better in the group stages against the big teams this season. So that's really important. And let's see how it goes. Okay, Eric Abidal, the former Barcelona left back, and Joe Cole, I think, are on the stage. Don't know the short draws. Let's see. Where is it draw? Is it in Monaco or is it in London? From what I saw, it was in Monaco. No, I confuse it with London because the London is a final. Yeah, it's in Monaco. There is the one thing that I generally don't like finals in Wembley Stadium in London. I don't know. I don't know if it's the camera angle or if it's just the way the you see the game on Wembley. It's really like on the floor. So I don't like watching games on Wembley from TV. I don't know why I feel like that about Wembley, even though it's a great stadium. I like more like Olympic stadiums, like last season's final on Istanbul, or for example, the Olympic Stadium in Rome. Then also people, when it comes to Italian teams, uh, are still making Napoli as favorites, and I think rightly so. They kept Osimhen, they kept Kvaratskhelia, they changed the manager, which I'm a bit skeptical there because I think the Spalletti last season was key to their success. But you don't know, you never know, since the core of the players are there. They strengthened Bayern Munich with Kim. Bayern Munich's defending last season was not that great with Upamecano doing what he did in the Champions League semi-final. So I think Bayern Munich with those key points, with Kim and Kane, uh, are the second favorites to me after Man City this year. But Napoli, as I was saying, they are also uh, being seen as one of the top 4, 5 favorites to win the Champions League this season. I still don't believe they can do it. I don't believe they can. They will win the Serie A this season either. I believe that they will win the Champions League. I don't think they will be able to do it. Both of them. Okay, so there is the introduction of the pots again live on the UEFA channel. If you want to watch it, you can watch it there live. I think it's finally about to start now. They keep delaying this because I understand that it's also television, the drama. They are explaining the rules, how um, teams of the same countries can't be near uh, near groups like in the same branch or like same core branch, like on the left side or right side, because then it would mean that there would be a chance that a lot of teams of the same countries would face each other. So that's why they are now explaining the rules, how um, the draw will be set so different countries can face each other, basically, which is something I like about uh, Champions League. That at the first stages you don't have to face a team from your own country. It makes it more interesting and gives it more purpose. Let's see. Champions League, the competition where Milan thrives. Hopefully this year we can do something more, which is obviously the final comparison to last season. Okay, now they are showing a small highlight from last season with Champions League and Europa League winners, Manchester City, Sevilla. Now they are going to other pot one teams like Barcelona, Napoli. Okay, I think they are going to do pot one now. I really don't know what to expect, to be honest, from Champions League this season. Like every year, you have like kind of expectation what is going to happen, but this year, I don't know. It just like the pods and like the new teams, like Man United, Arsenal, Newcastle, three new teams from England, uh, back to Champions League, especially for Newcastle and Arsenal that weren't there for a long time. Then you have teams like Lazio. Then you have teams like, I don't know, Sevilla. Pot one, having Sevilla in pot one and Milan in pot three, it's really interesting. It made things tricky. So they're finally doing the draw. The first team. Bayern Munich. Okay, so Bayern Munich will go, I think, to Group A. Yeah, Bayern Munich will go to Group A. The second team, Sevilla. Okay, Sevilla will go to Group B. So we have Group A, Group B. Napoli goes to Group C. It's starting to cook, guys. It's starting to cook. Group D. For Group D, we have Benfica. Benfica, Group D. So Group A, Bayern Munich. Group B, Sevilla. Group C, Napoli. And Group D, Benfica. Feyenoord. Feyenoord is the other group. Group E. Paris Saint-Germain. Group F. Okay. Bayern, Sevilla, Napoli, Benfica, Feyenoord, Paris is the order of groups alphabetically. Manchester City. Okay. And then I think we only have Barcelona that goes to the last group, right? So Man City goes to Group G, and obviously automatically Barcelona goes to the last group, which is Barcelona, which is Group H. Okay. Now it gets interesting because we get to understand the opponents. Now they are doing the same thing. They're introducing the teams individually from the second pot. Real Madrid, Man United, Milan, Inter Milan. Oh my God, they're showing the goal against AC Milan. Good selection. Borussia Dortmund, Atletico de Madrid, RB Leipzig. Such an underwhelming team, right? RB Leipzig. Porto, Taremi. Oh my god. They showed the goal of Taremi. Arsenal. By the way, I don't know if you guys, AC Milan fans, saw the news, but we basically the negotiations with Taremi stopped, and I don't think they will continue. So I think Milan are looking at the Sevilla striker now. Uh, how was his name? Yusuf El Nouri or something? The Moroccan. So yeah, I was looking forward to Taremi, but it seems like it's not going to happen. Okay, the second pot. The first team from the second pot. Let's see. Borussia Dortmund. Now let's see Borussia Dortmund to which group it goes. Let's see. Borussia Dortmund. Oh my days. Man City. Not Man City again. Not Man City again. Eric Abidal is doing this one with the Select Barcelona. Group F. Who was in Group F? I think PSG. I think PSG. Yep. PSG, Borussia Dortmund. Ooh, interesting. PSG, Borussia. So that's one big team out of the way. Oh my god. Man City and Bayern are still there. Let's see. I would really like a Bayern Arsenal game. Arsenal. Let's see. Please, Bayern. Please, Bayern. Was Bayern Group A or something? Yeah, I think Bayern is Group A. This is rigged. If they pick Bayern. Okay. Let's see. Group B. Who was in Group B? Was it Edu there? It's Sevilla. Oh my days. Arsenal is so lucky. Sevilla. Sevilla is a tricky team, don't get me wrong. Sevilla is a tricky team. But that was quite easy. Now we have Atletico Madrid. Sevilla is quite easy, to be honest, for Arsenal. Arsenal fans would be happy with that. For their first season after 6 years, yeah, not too bad. I would like for us to be in Arsenal's group. Atletico Madrid. Atletico de Madrid go to Group E. Group E. Who was in Group E? Benfica, I think, right? Was it Benfica? No, it was Feyenoord. Feyenoord and Atletico Madrid. Easy group. Easy group. Okay, now we have Manchester United. Oh my god, where is Milan? Milan is in pot 3. Man United, they can draw Benfica, Barca, Napoli. or Bayern, and I think they drew Bayern. Manchester United. Oh my God, Bayern, Manchester United. Oh, Eric Ten Hag. You won't be too happy to that. Came back to England. That's funny. RB Leipzig. So now RB Leipzig can draw Man City, Barca, Napoli. Right. Um, let's see. Group G. So RB Leipzig are going to the group with Man City. Man City slapped them last season. That's an easy group for Man City, right? Now we are Inter Milan. That's a really easy group for Man City. Man City usually don't get hard groups. That's crazy. So we have Benfica and Inter. Benfica and Inter. And then Porto, I think the last team from Porto. Or no, we have Real Madrid, right? Yeah. So Inter and Benfica, the Champions League quarter-finals again. I think Benfica will beat them this season, to be honest. I don't know why. Since it's a group stage, it's not a knockout. I think Inter do well in knockouts. So now we are Real Madrid. This is interesting. And now, who do we have left? They obviously can get Barca. Do they get Napoli? Yeah, they Real Madrid get Napoli. Ooh, that's a spicy draw. That's a spicy draw. Why do Manchester City never get a strong group? They always get like these easy groups. That's crazy. Oh my God, I wouldn't want us to drop in Man City's group. Please, no. So pot 3. They are doing the same presentation. Shakhtar, Salzburg, us, AC Milan, Braga. I don't know if you guys feel the same. I feel these groups were a bit underwhelming. We don't have that group of death. Napoli and Real Madrid at the same group. Who would be the group of death now? If we would drop to Bayern and Man United, that would be a group of death. That would be a group of death. The other ones, no. The other ones, no, from what I see. Shakhtar Donetsk is the first team from pot 3. Let's see where Shakhtar goes. The Ukrainian team. Shakhtar Donetsk goes to Group H. So they go to a group with Barcelona and Porto. Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar. Barcelona should top that group, to be honest, easily. Barcelona should top that group, and they should be satisfied. Now we have Crvena Zvezda, it's a Serbian team. If they go to group with Bayern and Man United, they are finished. They can only hope for Europa League then. And it's still very funny to me how Man City got the easy group. Group G, Crvena Zvezda goes to the same group with Man City and Leipzig. Oh my god, that's so funny. Man City always get these groups. At least we won't get Man City now. But I would still like that group because I think we could have got out of that. Now we have PSV Eindhoven from Holland. So far Barcelona, Man City, they should top their groups. So PSV go to Group B with Sevilla and Arsenal. Oh my god, Arsenal are facing Europa League teams. Literally, they faced PSV last season. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's AC Milan. Let's go. Let's go. We can get the PSG group. Let's see. AC Milan go to play against PSG and Borussia Dortmund. Wow. I don't know what to say. We can make that out of the. We can make it out of that group. We can easily make it out of that. I don't trust Borussia Dortmund. If we will go to a Europa League, that would be a complete failure, and I'm purely out. And we have Group D concluded. Benfica, Inter, and Salzburg. Inter also gets an easy group. Oh my god. We're going to play against PSG. That's interesting. We have another Italian team now from Pot 3. Is it the last team? I don't think so. Or it is. I don't know. It's Lazio. I think we have two more teams after Lazio. Lazio go to a group with Feyenoord and Atletico Madrid. Oh, Lazio get an easy group. Lazio get an easy group. Lazio should make it out of that group. That's a good draw for Lazio. We have FC Copenhagen. Do they go to agree with Bayern and Man United? Group A. I think when they go to the same group with Bayern and Man United. Yep. Oh my God, they won't be too happy with that one. You can see it in their face. Bayern and Man United will be happy though. FC Braga, CS Braga. Braga go to the group with Napoli and Real Madrid. Both Napoli and Real Madrid will be happy with that. Now they are doing the conclusion. Now they will do pot 4. Newcastle. Can we get Newcastle? We can get Newcastle. I hope we get an easy team now. I hope we get a Lens or a Celtic. I don't want to get Newcastle or Galatasaray. We already have 2 strong teams. At the end of the draw, guys, I will reshare my screen with how the group looks, and we will go through a short analysis of the post draw results, and we can make some simple predictions and more obvious predictions. But so far, I don't think there is an exciting group. I think Bayern Munich and Manchester United are games to look forward to. Then PSG and Milan are games to look forward to. Real Madrid and Napoli are games to look forward to. Other than that, I don't think there is another game to look forward to be honest, so far. But this also indicates that the latter stages will be much more exciting and much more competitive, since the group stage is how it is right now. So we are Real Sociedad. They can go to our group as well, to Milan's group, since they are a Spanish team. Let's see. They go to Group D with Benfica, Inter, and Salzburg. Oh my God, that's an easy group. It's an easy group, but still very hard. I wouldn't say hard, but not easy games to play away for Inter. Salzburg, Benfica, Real Sociedad. You wouldn't be very confident going away. Now we have Newcastle. I don't want Newcastle. I don't want Newcastle. I think that we will get Newcastle, to be honest. I see Tonali coming back. Hopefully not. Oh my God, Tonali is coming back. Tonali is coming back. That's a group of death. That's a group of that now. Tonali is coming back. Why? Oh my god, we didn't need Newcastle. We already had two good teams. It's a balance, right? It's a balance since we didn't get any of City or Bayern Munich. Galatasaray. I'm interested about this one as well. Galatasaray goes to Group A with Bayern Munich, Manchester United, and Copenhagen. Oh my god. See, it looks like Copenhagen and Galatasaray will be fighting for that Europa League spot. We have Union Berlin now. I still can't believe that Tonali is coming back. Oh my god. Look, when Arsenal gets Union Berlin. Did Arsenal have any German teams? I don't think so. They have PSV and who did they get? Sevilla. Group C. So Union Berlin goes to group with Napoli, Real Madrid, and Braga. Napoli and Real Madrid should be happy with that. Now we have Young Boys. If Arsenal get Young Boys from Man City, that'll be one of these big teams will get another easy team. Young Boys go to Group G. Group G with Manchester City. Oh my god, that's a walkover group. Like literally Manchester City can play their second team and get out the group in the first place. That's how easy it is. Now we have Lens from France. RC Lens. They go to the group with Arsenal, Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. That's a Europa League group. Yeah, Celtic, Glasgow Celtic. Glasgow Celtic go to Group E. So in Group E we have Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic. That's an easy group. Arsenal has an easy group. There are a couple of easy groups. Man City, crazy. We have Royal Antwerp from Belgium. They also go to an easy group with Barcelona, Porto, and Shakhtar. Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Royal Antwerp. This team here. Okay, we have the groups now. So in Group A, we have Bayern Munich, Man United, Copenhagen, Galatasaray. Group B, we have Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, Lens. Group C, we have Napoli, Real Madrid, Braga, Union Berlin. Group D, we have Benfica, Inter, Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. Wow. Then the other side, in Group E, we have Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic. Group F, we have Paris, Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, Newcastle. Group of that, Group G, we have Man City, Leipzig, Cervena Zvezda, Young Boys. And Group H, we have Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Royal Antwerp. Wow. Interesting. Some very confusing groups, some very interesting draws. Some very interesting draws. Now, what I will do is stop sharing my screen for a second, and just find the full table of the draw so I can put it back on screen. And let's see. Let's see if they have put the full screen. Group of death. We definitely got the group of death. That's crazy. Masara was not happy. His reaction didn't seem too satisfied. Tonali is back though. Tonali is back. Tonali is back to play in San Siro. That was like kind of written in the stars, to be honest. Let me see if they have put the full table somewhere. I want to find that full table. Champions League page hasn't put it yet. Let us see. They should put it fast. Okay, I got it. Got it. I will share my screen back with you guys now, and we will do the analysis to conclude this live stream. Okay. Let's go. Let's start from Group A. Bayern Munich, Man United, Copenhagen, Galatasaray. In this group, I think Bayern Munich and Man United should top that group as it is. Bayern Munich in the first place, I expect to be Man United then. Then Copenhagen and Galatasaray, you don't know this. I would still favor Galatasaray to go to the Europa League. I'm not sure. I don't watch Copenhagen, let's be honest. So I'm not sure about that, but Galatasaray I think has a better chance from what I've watched from Galatasaray. But you never know. Copenhagen can do it as well. They are kind of a similar level. When it comes to the game with Bayern and Man United, I think it will be a very exciting game both in England and in Germany. I think Man United has a point to prove in Europe, especially since they had a year off in Champions League. So yeah, I think now this would be kind of like how I would expect it to go. Bayern in first place, Man United in second place. It would be a shock to me if Bayern wouldn't make the first place in this group. Group B, Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, Lens. Let's be honest, this is a Europa League group. Sevilla and Arsenal, first two pots. Look, if you're fully honest here, uh, you should expect Arsenal to top this group easily. If they play like they played last season in Premier League, yeah, you can easily. But there is one thing: Arsenal in Europe and with Mikel Arteta's overcomplicating stuff, you never know. Especially when it comes to playing away to they remember they lost to PSV away last season. When it comes to play away to Lens, PSV, Sevilla, it won't be easy for Arsenal. But in Emirates, I would expect Arsenal to beat uh, every both of I mean three of these teams. I'm Sevilla would probably cause some damage, but yeah, I would expect Arsenal to top this group, but you never know. It's Arsenal. Group C: Napoli, Real Madrid, Braga, and Union Berlin. Mm. Uh, Obviously, you should expect Napoli and Real Madrid to go through. Who goes to first place or second place, you never know. Napoli is a strong team. Real Madrid is strong as well. If you go to the history and everything and take the transfer window into account and what Real is expected from Real Madrid this season, you expect Real Madrid to top the group, but you never know. Those two games in Italy and Spain against each other can decide who becomes the first and who's second. But when it comes to the other two teams, Braga and Union Berlin, I'm not very informed on Braga. I'm not educated on Braga. I don't know their team. I don't know how they perform. With Union Berlin, I heard very good stuff about them. I haven't watched them yet. I heard that they were like 70%. They score like 70% of the goals. Uh, I think it was a stat like 70% of their set pieces were goals last season. So they are very dangerous from set pieces, and they are like an old school team that play very direct and go against these teams like Napoli and Real Madrid, for example, that build from the back, let's say. So Union Berlin, I would say, would be a tough game for each team when played away. So I don't want to say Union Berlin won't be in the fourth place because you never know. But from what I heard for Union Berlin and from their performance in Bundesliga last season, I would expect them at least to get Europa League. Group D, we have Benfica, Inter, Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. Benfica and Inter, a rematch of last year's quarterfinals. Benfica, I would expect to beat Inter in the group stages. I don't know why. I just feel like Benfica will top this group. I think Inter will do better in the knockout stages. I think they will go second. I would expect kind of this group to look how it looks right now with the from the first to the fourth spot. With Benfica and Inter, that would I think those will be decided great, decisive games. With Salzburg, they sold no Okafor to us. I'm not sure about how much they invested in their team, but I would expect also Real Sociedad to be dangerous and to cause some problems to Benfica and Inter. But generally speaking, Benfica, I would expect this to be the ranking of the group, especially with Real Sociedad. Uh, no, I mean especially with Benfica being Benfica having Di Maria transferred and having I have high expectations on them this season, but I just would expect Real Sociedad to at least get the third place. With Group E, We have Feyenoord, Atletico, Lazio, and Celtic. Oh my god, I don't know what to say about this group, to be honest. It's these teams are so similar to one another. They are. It feels like an Europa League group. This as well, like Group B. I would expect Atletico Madrid to top this group. Then that second place is up for grabs here. Lazio can do it, to be honest. I wouldn't expect Celtic to go out of the group. But the max they can get is Europa League. But I would expect a fight between Lazio and Feyenoord for that second place. So that will be very interesting. Atletico and Lazio will be very interesting games because they are both teams with coaches like Maurizio Sarri and Diego Simeone that are very defensive minded. So it would be typically old school game. I would. I'm looking forward to watch that game. To be honest, if it doesn't, yeah, if it's not in the same time with some other games, I would want to watch. Group F, group of death. This is a group of death. Oh my god. It's like it was written in the stars for Tonali to come back to Milan with Newcastle being in the fourth place. I don't know why. We didn't need Newcastle. We needed someone like Royal Antwerp. No disrespect. We already had uh, two relatively strong teams, especially with Paris. But I'm excited about this group. I'm very looking forward to each and every game. And this is the most interesting part of this year's Champions League uh, group draw for Milan. That every game is a game that you are very much looking forward to. Every game is a very big game. Don't get me wrong, every game is a big game in Champions League in general. But last year with Dinamo Zagreb and Salzburg, you weren't like looking forward a week before to a game. Like now, this year, it's that feeling that you are looking forward to the game, like even a week before, for each and every team in Group F for Milan. So Paris Milan will be a very 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 interesting match. I am very curious and I'm very looking forward to see what we will do in Paris. How will we perform in that stage? With San Siro, I am confident with us against any team. But against in Paris, I would be very interested. In Dortmund, I think we can get a good result. We can get a win in Dortmund. And in Newcastle as well, I think we can get a win. But Newcastle is a very tough place to go. Their fans and the atmosphere there is really, it makes it really really tricky, especially since it's from 2003 they um, weren't in a Champions League and now they came back. It will be crazy there. So let's see how the calendar is and which team we play first. I haven't checked that. I have to check that afterwards. And like, how will it look? Because you never know if you play Newcastle. Like, if Newcastle is like the third team that we play after we play Paris and Dortmund, and let's say if they already lost 2 games and we go there, it will be a bit different than going there in the first game away or something. So it all depends on the calendar as well. But a really, really, really tough group. It would be embarrassing if we would come fourth or even third. To be honest, I Milan needs to get out of this group in the second place at least. But I understand if you don't get the first place, you expect Paris to do that, but second place is a must. So let's see. We will be covering these games on the channel here, and oh yeah, we will see what happens. Group G. A group that Manchester City will walk all over with their second team, no problem whatsoever. Manchester City always get these easy groups. Leipzig, Cervena, Zvezda, Young Boys. That's a crazy easy group. Okay, I expect them to play their first team against Leipzig, but against Cervena, Zvezda, and Young Boys, they don't have to play their first team. Literally, they can rest players for Premier League. And when it comes to like the Premier League uh, run, you have you have Arsenal here. That Arsenal also has a relatively easy group, but Arsenal has to play their first team because they are not Man City, and their group is harder than Man City's, even though it's an Europa League group anyway. Because I think Lens is better than Young Boys, should be better from what I've seen last year. I think PSV is better than Cervena Zvezda, and I think Sevilla and Leipzig are like on the same level, but kind of. Leipzig is a bit of an underwhelming team, whilst Sevilla win trophies. Sevilla wins Europa League and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. I would expect this group to go how it is. Besides the third place that will be against Cervena Zvezda and Young Boys, I expect Young Boys to get that third place anyway. Man City, of course, first place, and Leipzig second. Group H, the final group, guys. It's Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Royal Antwerp. Now, Barcelona should top this group. If they don't top this group, Xavi is under massive pressure, even though he already is, and people are not satisfied with him. But this is a good group for Barcelona to go to the next stage. This is a very good group for them. They will have tough matches against Porto, against Shakhtar away, especially. Uh, but you still expect them to win. Like it would be embarrassing if Barcelona even got like a second place here. It would be very, very underwhelming. And you expect Barcelona to get the first place, and you expect Porto and Shakhtar to fight it out for that second place. I still think Porto will get that second place anyway, and Shakhtar third, and Royal Antwerp fourth, as it already is. So these are the group stage draws, guys. Let me know what you think about those in the comments. Let me know your predictions. Uh, let me know what you think. Were you disappointed? Do you like the groups? Which group you like the most? Which game you are looking the most forward to? And this kind of stuff. So leave those on the comments, and I will see you the next time. Bye bye.